West Kootenays Outdoors has been brought to you by Valley Firearms, your one-stop destination for all your firearms needs, shipping Canada-wide, coast to coast. Secret Creek Supplies for all your ultralight backpacking needs and much, much more. Secret Creek Kennels, no pets too big or too small, we do them all. On today's episode of West Kootenays Outdoors, my stepson Hayden White joins me in some extreme weather to set some snares, and a little later on, we'll maybe catch some juvenile males. 6 Marten day. Yeah, for once we made money chopping, yeah. Yeah. Hayden, tell us about making trail to the bait station today.
There's a lot of snow.
Yeah? What seems to be happening here? What's going on here?
Getting stuck.
A couple times today, eh, buddy?
Hey, it's not sledding without getting stuck, so.
That's true. That's why I brought you.
Yeah.
Because you're the big kingpin on the sled and you got those big muscles. So up there is where we got to go throw out the deer parts. And right there beside Hayden is the deer parts. But first we have to get them unstuck. Then we can throw out the deer parts into the bait station. Right, Hayden?
Yep.
Say hi to Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob. Do you think your Scandic could work here? Maybe a Tundra? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, buddy. Signing off.
See you later.
Hayden's going to build his first Lynx snare setup over top of some bait from his mule deer. So it'd be pretty cool that he can catch something on the mule deer that he's eating now. And he's going to try and catch a lynx on that. So he's going to set up a couple snares here on either side of his bait, and that will be the Hayden set on the line. It's going to be his, 100%. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm just going to zero in on that. Oh yeah, that looks good, Hayden. You were paying attention in the course. And this one over here he's got. Looks good, bud. Looks like I got a bit to learn. What is that, Hayden? That is a sprung trap, right?
With nothing in it.
With nothing in it. But he got a free meal, so maybe he'll come back. What do you think? Bit of snow?
A little bit.
Most we've ever been in, I think, together.
I think so.
3 to 4 feet of fresh over the handlebars and spots as I was making trail. This is our last turnaround because we're calling her quits on the last 2 snares. They'll be buried anyway. We're heading for home here as soon as we get this one out. Hayden and I set this trap on the 27th. Decided to have a camera on this. Jackie and I wanted to put a camera on it just to see what was going on because it was such an active box. So Hayden and I set this trap here, looks like on the 27th. Then on the 1st we come back and check it again, so nothing in it. And then Mr. Marten starts playing around on the 5th around the trap, and it's not until the 6th that he gets caught. So you'll see he's hanging there because the chain is hanging straight down. The trap's gone from the box. And another one comes in while he's there and steals the bait. But you'll see later in this episode that Colby and I take that big male out, the first one we caught that's on this camera, the one that's hanging up from the chain on the 6th. We end up taking that Marten out on the 10th. Yeah, number 5 if you count the one at the cabin. We'll be 6 when we get out of the meadows. We'll have 6 done. So we have 3 more to do on Coulee Lake Road. But they haven't seen the tomato sauce. Now this is going to be fun to watch because I'm not putting my snowshoes on, so it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Trapping in the West Kootenays, where I'm too lazy to put on my snowshoes. Well, I just want to punch a trail in, then it'll freeze. And the trap sprung and all the meat, all the stuff's gone. Because this is an old box that we got with the line, the trap sprung and it's not sprung all the way. So he was able to get in and get all the bait because the trap didn't close all the way. See, it's still loaded. So it's going to spring when I pull it out. See if I put these on. It was almost like there were safeties on because the box is so buggered up. So we had a Marten visit it, but there we go. Now it can't hurt me. Okay. Well, that wasn't good. That's 2 missed catches this year. What we got to do, I think, is maybe if you get the axe, we'll knock off this half of it. We'll just break it off. Yeah, it came right after we set it. That's probably why the box is here and has been here for so long, because it's a good spot. So, but you're gonna need to grab me the axe, my lady. I'll give that a try. I knew it was a good spot because there was Marten tracks right under it, and there's a big hole here where they've been going in and out of. There's like a buried root mass. What's for dinner tonight? Sardines and tomato sauce. Served up cold. You got to. I was reading. You got to put enough bait to make it, to incentivize them. If they're going to commit, they commit better to more bait. Tupperware, not just for your leftovers anymore. For Marten leftovers. Okay. We know the trap worked. It's going to be held in here with one bar because I don't know any other way to put it in. Much else we can do because it's so buggered up. That's about the sketchiest setup of trapping I've ever seen. I'll put more fish in this one because there is the sardines there. This is one of those old traps. These are the hair trigger ones. Nasty, nasty ones. Remember these?
So you were telling me that they haven't changed that minimum price.
Up $200? No, they haven't changed it since forever. Yeah. So with fur prices being as low as they are right now, it's pretty easy to get $200 worth, even though they're worth nothing, just to keep your line. Yeah. He's gonna be fully committed when he goes into this one. This is a good catch. Hanging like he should. Of course, the snow came too high. But look at the size of that stuff.
Oh, you called this one Lucky 7?
Lucky 7.
Yeah.
This is our favorite box.
Yeah.
That's a good Marten there. Holy. I think we're gonna pull the camera.
Okay.
We're gonna lose it. There's been so many tracks here for so long. Remember how big the tracks were? Pretty tough to go through there and not get caught.
So you were a little worried when you first came in?
Because somebody's been playing around at traps.
Yeah.
Curious people.
Yeah.
Snowmobilers just wondering what we're up to. Everybody's curious about trapping.
Sure.
That's why we're doing this. That's why we make these videos, because people are curious. So if they want to know about it,
Yeah.
I would rather that we just show them rather than they molest my traps, because you can see how much time and effort it goes into trying to set them and get them just right. Like it. Perfect. See if these are off. Perfect to go. Set. Well, I think we got a marten here. So I'm going to take my trap in because he looks like he's been there a while. All snowed on. Oh yeah, he's been here a while. And luckily, he hung right, so nothing ate him. So that's good. See that? See how he's hanging? He's been there a while because he's all covered in snow, but he hung really good away from the tree, so none of the other ones got him, because this is a really busy box right here. So this guy was the one that we'd catch a squirrel and then he would eat the squirrel. Then we'd catch a squirrel and he'd eat the squirrel, but he got his last free meal is what he got. Looks like a female, I would guess. Narrow head. Very small head on him. So I'd say it's a juvenile and looks like a female to me, but we'll find out when we get home and we skin him. We got another one on our box that we've never caught anything on, that I stubbornly left it out here, hoping that sooner or later to get one. Plus I put a bunch of old bait around it when we packed up for the year. And we got one. What is it? This is our third one for today already. Looks like another juvenile.
So that just shows you don't give up on the ones that you know.
Yeah, well, I like this spot because of the way the trees are here,
Yes.
that it's just a nice spot. It's really sheltered. So I set it more for me than for them. It's just, it always, it doesn't get much snow right here, and it's right off the side of the snowmobile trail, and there's a creek right there. And they like that, and lots of mature trees. So looks like another juvie. This guy's got a really small head on him.
So that's good. We're doing everything right if we're catching juveniles still. I mean, obviously it's early in the season, but
That's what you want, displacing juveniles, because
Yeah.
a lot of these are going to die anyway. Yeah, this one's been here a while. They really moved probably just before the snow, because we're cleaning up on all the juvenile marten. These are all juveniles here that we're getting. They're all probably going to die of starvation,
sure.
because that's just how it works in the rodent world.
Yeah.
So we're starting earlier, so we're cleaning up on the displacing juveniles
Sure.
this year. So, which is a good thing. Hopefully I have enough traps. I think I got 6 with me today, but we were able to get one. One was a fresh catch from today, so we were able to get it out of the trap. So I'm happy with the way they're all hanging. And this is one of the ones that you might remember from another episode that we had a bad catch on. So we modified this box a little bit, and it's a little better now. We see he's hung out here the way he's supposed to. So we're getting really good catches, nice suitcase catches right in the middle. And they're hanging the way they should, so the other ones aren't eating them. So this is really good, because you don't want to lose a $40, $50 marten to another marten. So
No kidding. And this is Colby's box, the one he found.
this is Colby's box. Yep.
Yeah.
This one we didn't even know we had until my son was ripping it up one day and came ripping up through there on his sled play. And he's like, "Hey, Dad, how come you don't set that box?"
I don't know how he saw it ripping by.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
Oh, it's another real nice light one. Remember we caught that really light one there last year here?
Yes.
And now here's another light one. You see how light he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how much orange he's got?
Oh, just get close.
So they this one always, we get the real orange ones here in this box.
Yeah.
Guy's really orange, probably the orangest one. We've got really dark marten on our line, but this one here is quite orange.
Yeah. Oh,
Not so much
even-
this side.
Look at the tail too.
Yep.
It's got a little white tip.
Yep. This is a really beautiful marten.
Yeah.
And he's a big one. See how big his head is compared to those last two that we showed you?
Sure.
Yep. And a perfect catch on him, so I'm much happier with that in this box.
Good.
He died instantly, that guy, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
So it's either a juvenile male or, oh, that's a beauty, eh, with that tail. Yep. Or it's it's a mature one anyway.
Yeah. We'll find out.
Yep, we'll find out. We got our 5th one today. This is probably our best check ever on the line.
Yeah.
Almost every second box is full. But this last run, because we trapped this last year, and this is where people don't realize in my reading, and I'm proving it to be correct, everywhere we trapped last year, the marten populations have exploded.
Right.
So every box on this road has had a marten in it.
Yeah.
So we've checked 4 boxes, we have 4 marten.
Holy.
So, and this is the line we trapped last year
Yeah.
for the first time in a lot of years. And now the marten population is doing really well, because what was happening was we had so many mature males that the mature males were eating all the other marten.
Yeah.
So you had an unhealthy balance towards a bunch of males because they were just eating all the other ones. So
Yeah.
now we're getting more of a variety of marten, because and that's what they teach us in the trapping course. If you're managing your line, now we have the balance coming back to male females.
Sure.
So now we're getting a lot more kits
Perfect.
than we did before.
Perfect.
Another big one. See, we're taking all these mature males out like this is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a big old mature one.
Oh, look
Nice
how
and
dark
dark.
he is.
Yeah, he's a good one. That's what we want. But taking out these big ones is really helping, for sure.
Yeah.
As soon as it warms up, they really start to move. And then as the year wears on, they move a lot more. They're not as hungry in the early part of the season because life is still easy, right? So now life is getting just a little bit harder for them. And so they're having to search a little more for their food.
Yeah.
So they travel around a little bit. And that's why you call it displacing juveniles, because they can't hold a home territory. So they're looking for a home territory.
Right. It's all that hierarchy in the animal kingdom that, you know.
Well,
exists.
like all animals when they get overpopulated, carnivores anyway.
Yeah.
The big males eat. People think it's touchy-feely out there,
Yeah.
but a female bear will eat her own cubs.
Sure.
Right instantly while they're still warm if they get hit by a car or something. And marten are no different. All these big males, they eat their own offspring.
Yeah.
They eat their girlfriends. They eat everybody.
Yeah.
And then that way they hold the territory. It's just survival of the fittest.
Sure.
So you take out all the males, or at least a portion of them. You can never take them all out. We're only trapping a fraction of our line,
Yeah.
because it's wherever we got a road to.
Yeah.
But there's miles and acres of country where there's no road that we can't get to.
Sure.
So they just displace from there.
Yeah.
But you have to take out some of the males if you want a healthy population.
So we have another one on Snare Alley.
Yep.
Wow.
All our new boxes are paying off for us.
Yes.
We're running out of traps that are set though. The juveniles have all been closer to the cabin because we've trapped that harder.
Okay.
And all the mature ones are away from the cabin.
Right.
Should have room for this one in that green box. I've never had a day that we've had this much fur. We knew we'd get this guy because he's been robbing our bait.
Sure.
And we haven't had one bad catch today either. They've
Yeah.
all hung exactly how they're supposed to.
Right.
So no eating marten. So
Beauty.
6 marten day. If you average somewhere between $30 and $50 a marten.
Yeah.
This is probably a $250 day.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in the pluses for once.
Yeah, for once we made money trapping. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's another mature one.
Yeah.
Just because we haven't trapped this much.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, to tell Brad, his box has been lucky again.
Yeah.
2 for 2, hey?
Yep. So I remember we put this pole on this one because the tree was so sappy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just gotta put a little bait on top of that.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's nice too, eh?
Yeah, he's a nice big
He's got
one.
that throat too. Wow.
Not
yeah.
much of a throat patch on him.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's a little bit light on one side.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
Number 6 for today. West K Outdoors has been brought to you by Central Island Rentals and Sales, Canadian Coyote Company, home of the Seneca snares and so much more. West K Outdoors, so much more than just a trapping show. Check us out online.